Hey guys. Hey guys. Wait a second. That's a hot mess. Hold on one second, y'all. My bad. That was not a nice way to start off the night. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World. How you doing? Hey Fish Snatcher, how you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. How you been? Yes. Let me go right here. So how's life treating you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. Let's see. Hold on one moment. I need to see if I'm buffering, so let me do that. It's taking forever. No buffering. No, Fish Snatcher, I'm doing fine. I can't complain. Not today, at least. I probably won't complain at all anyway. But let me share out the stream. I do have an open panel tonight because I think this is a topic worthy of discussion. Um, and I will tell you why it even hit me to talk about. Um, I'm just sharing the stream. Okay, so here we go. That's shared. But before we even get into that, hey Patricia, how you doing? Good to see you. Before we get into that, let me tell you how my day was. Oh, and even before that, if you would like, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notification bells. If you would like, feel free to give me a thumbs up or down. Whichever one you prefer to do is fine by me, because at the end of the day, we at Be the Difference Clothing and myself would like you to practice using your free will to the best of your ability, because free will is something that we've been given, God given to us, and we never use it. We always use our free will to the benefit of others, which can be good, but that also creates a shade of, do I really like something or do I not? So here you can do up and down, or up or down, whichever is better for you. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you feel comfortable, that's all that matters. And oh, thank you. Hey, we have a member. We have a member, and it's Angel's Army. Hey, Angel, how you doing? Oh, let me drop the link. But before I drop the link, let me tell you how my day was. So I woke up this morning. I went to work. Work was good. Um, I I posted. I uploaded a video. I posted a video, and I posted something on the community tab. So if you haven't seen any of those, feel free to check those out at your earliest. There will be uh, a premiere tomorrow at 2:30. In case you ever want to know, whenever I do a premiere, is 95% of the time is going to be at 2:30. I don't know why. It's just a time that just seemed best. These two are books that you can get from this website right here. They are my books that I've written. They have quotes that are all original. Most of you have seen them. They come in fonts super, super. So, and that's so funny how I opened up to this particular quote, because that's partially why we're talking about what we're talking about. So let me put that back right there. Hey Sonia, how you doing? What else happened? So work was normal. I did the regular things. And then what led me to today's conversation, I was watching something on TikTok and it troubled my soul. I don't even think I could share it because somebody might report the video, or YouTube might catch on to it and report the not the channel, but report this live. So basically, I'm gonna tell you in a nutshell, and I'm going to post it. Hey, J Dog in his house. I'm gonna post a link, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. So this is an open panel. Anybody can come up, voice your opinion, whatever. Today's topic is, can a person truly tell the difference between right and wrong? So what I saw on TikTok today, there was a homemaker. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen this same one too. A homemaker just washing the dishes, and her client, i.e., patient, was just spitting on her. And she looked so angry, and she just continued to spit on her. Then when the homemaker gave her that look of like disgust and disdain, the woman took her teeth out like she was about to throw that at her too. And then before the video ended, she went nice up close and personal, hocked and spit on this woman. All kinds of things went through my mind. And I was like, girl, you really have a long way to go. But I also was saying in my head, like, she was the older woman was very well aware of what she was doing. But had she been so inbred to believe that to treat another human being with such, I can't even think of a word, but to treat another human being like that and think it's okay, and to still raise your hand when that other human being looks at you like angry. So that's why we have the conversation this evening about, can people really tell? Like, this is the point that I'm thinking, like, we already know what she did was dead wrong, and she probably should have been drop kicked and all types of things, right? But that's not going to solve the issue. It'll be instant gratification. But did this woman really know what she was doing was wrong? Because maybe she was raised to believe that she could treat certain people the way she did without any concern or regard. What do y'all think? Hey, ALS Organics, how you doing? Disrespect is fine line. It's a fine line. You don't spit on nobody. Girl, yo, it had me looking at people sideways for a minute. Like, for a second, I was just like, I was looking like, "Yeah, that's your people," for a little bit. But I just wonder, like, take it off of this woman. Think about all the other situations that we go through, maybe on a day-to-day basis, where we do certain things. But do we know that what we're doing is truly wrong? Do we believe that what we're doing is truly wrong? And is there, like, at that point, do you realize, is it a thing about being right or wrong? See, because if you were raised to treat people a certain way, are you really wrong? I mean, the real answer is no, because I think inside of all of us is a soul. And in our soul, even if somebody doesn't teach you, something gotta prick your soul and be like, I don't think that's right. It has to. Or are people really that brainwashed to believe that it's okay? And what you did was justified and right because that's just who you are. I need to know, y'all. What do you think? That's good. ALS. There's a link right there. You can come in as an avatar if you want, but you must be 18 years of age or older. And really talking about this topic. Your opinion is fine, but what in the world? So if the person would have pooped in her mouth, would she have been wrong? If she was raised to believe that pooping on people was right, I mean, we naturally know you don't put bodily fluids on other people, period. You don't do that. But this woman, she was looking like it's my right. I don't understand that. Not pooping. I know, right? Oh, popped aside. Oh, I think said pooping. See, that's why I'll be reading the chart. Hey, we have a member. We have a member, and it's JC. But imagine if she did try to poop on her, right? Would she be justified in popping her in the head for spitting on her? Like she had a lot of self-restraint. Like I think she deserves the Medal of Honor. She needs the Purple Heart because she took one for the whole entire. She took one for humanity, sitting there and recording it and experiencing this. Hmm. I know it's been a while, JC. We talking about, do people honestly know right from wrong? Whatever you do to someone else you you okay for them to do. Hmm. You're right, Patricia. We all were given common sense. I just don't understand how this woman. So like this, she frail 99. The woman was frail 99. You could just break her with boom, just boom, bam, just like that. And she still was like, test me now. She was like, got me that test me now type of spirit, like, and like that. I just said, I cannot believe what I was watching. And then the same thing, we all have common sense, right? But sometimes we justify our actions for doing stuff to people as okay. Because why? Because we're mad, because they deserve the response that we get back, the response that we're giving them. But where does that leave humanity and the progression of it? Now, this was an extreme case. That woman, I would have had to sue her. Her and her whole family, somebody need to be sued for you putting your bodily fluid on me. It's COVID season. And yeah, I would have put that old breakable bone lady into jail. That would have been my way of saying, uh-huh. I mean, there's no other way because me hitting her wouldn't do nothing. But her being in general pop, her getting popped upside her head, trying to do that to other inmates. Oh yeah, she wouldn't last a day. I had someone spit on me at work one day. I had to call on Jesus. Ooh, Essence of Sonia. What made you hold back from retaliating? Right and wrong, I think, can be based on morals that are taught. So can be very, very different. Yeah. I have dementia patients that old and they don't spit. They will call you the N word, but never spit. That was an assault. Like, I really wish I could show you the video. I'm afraid that if I do, maybe I can show. I'll show you without the volume because y'all, that junk bothered my soul so bad. I wonder if I can even find it because I certainly did not like it. Um, Here it is. I don't even know if I want to see it again. Hold on. Oh Lord, y'all. Hey Zero, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna play it But please, I don't know. I hope it doesn't cause anybody to go into and spiral out in anything. If you think it may, then, maybe turn away for a minute. But we're all adults. I'm hoping that it don't hurt nobody. So that's not my intention. The intention is just to show you what I saw. Can you send me the video, Joy, please? I'm going to put you right here. I'm going to put it right here on the YouTube without the volume. Here it is. Lord have mercy. That right there, y'all. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But that's what I saw, and I'm just like, clearly at that point, did that woman know right from wrong? That old lady. You saw that, right? Y'all saw the video. I don't even know if there was any volume on there anyway, but y'all saw that, right? That did something in me again. But these are the different things that we do. Let's just imagine that it wasn't a physical act. Think about all of the verbal things that we do to each other sometimes, right? The verbal things that we do to each other could equate to something like that. And some people would just sit back and take it, right? We could put it in all different aspects. But the point is, do y'all think that woman knew she was right and wrong? Like what she was doing was wrong? Was she in the hospital? No, it looked like I don't know, Patricia. It looked like a regular kitchen. I don't know. I don't know. But she didn't, it could have been like a daycare or something. I don't know. Maybe it was an in-home thing. I'm not sure. It doesn't say what it was. I don't think that even classifies as right or wrong. That is more of a demeaning of a person or disregard. Yeah. Did she spit on that one? She sure did. She knew and felt like she could get away with it because she's old. I would have to press charges. Honestly, I would have to press charges only because you're putting bodily fluids on somebody and there's no other way. There's no other way. Just pure disrespect. Did she spit on it? Yeah, I read that already. Right. Read that comment. It looked like she had something in her mouth too. So whatever was in her mouth, she was letting that out too. And the lady, I just said she had a lot of self-restraint. So this obviously was not the first time that woman did that to her. This time she recorded it. I would like to see what happens afterwards. Like what happens after this incident. To see if there's any justice. I think someone would have to bail me out. I know. Hey, Purple, how you doing? Welcome. How you doing? Girl, you got me all on TikTok, Purple. Couldn't be me. She would have made it that day. That's not funny, but imagine, all right, so that physical is gone. Imagine the things that we say to each other. It could be just as vile as that. You don't have to tell me how much you hate me, but if you say something that may have a little truth to it and make me feel less than my own self, perfect example right there. That hurt. So it's not about right or wrong. It's more so about disrespect and disregard for humanity. Y'all. And like, mm, press charges would be good, but what would it do? What do would be better? The people that's in high up, they would let her go. What good would it do? Mm, mm. You need to have a good lawyer then. Now I would see that thing through. I'd be like, if get her, kick her out of the home. If she's in a home, kick her something. Not necessarily misbehave. I have patients that have been arrested before. Mm. That means that that woman was rotten all her life. Imagine all of the cussing out that she did to people, or all of the backhanded stuff that she may have done to people all of her life. And it's just displayed now. You know how they say everything you do in the dark will come to light, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. How about this woman's family that sees their mom, grandma, whoever acting like that? Will they praise her on and be like, keep up the good work, Nana? Or will they also be like, what you did was wrong and you deserve to pay for it? That's a crime. Feel free to come up if you want. I told y'all, I was sitting at my desk for like a good 5 minutes, just steaming, like boiled up angry, just thinking about it. They have, they may not have the same morals or the same as the woman who was the assaulter, the victimizer, the abuser. I don't think her family goes to see her if she's been rotten all her life. So then it's okay to make everybody else have to deal with your stuff. That's messed up. That's the saddest part. They may say she was wrong in front of folk, but praise her when they're alone. You're right. That's how people's minds are, y'all. We need to get at that root. For real, for real. We need to get at that root. Get at that root. Shh. Uproot some stuff, clean that root off, cut the dead, dry pieces off because I wouldn't even want to, I don't even, honestly, I don't even want to like resend that. I wouldn't even want to resend that video. Cause it's like for people who would praise her, they would glorify that behavior. And people who don't, it's like still her behavior is being glorified somehow because we just spreading it along. But I would love to see that woman get arrested, tried, and detained for a couple months, even if it's for a few months, because a day in jail is like 1,000 years in real life. So that'd be fine by me. Who with two black eyes? With two black eyes. You have seen it done. Seen what done? Oh no, that old lady would be in a full body cast right now. No, because then she would feel good about herself. She needs something that's gonna hurt her, like something. Oh, I'm not trying to be an advocate for hurting people, but I'm just saying a body cast may not do anything. You know what I'm saying? She needs something that's gonna do something right here, right? You could break a bone and still be mad, but if you get that inner core where it's like even anger can't satisfy how you feel, that's the clincher. Been to jail. I hated it. For real, Purple? That's what I was trying to say when I said let her go. Wait, she put salad in her hair. Purple? Oh my goodness. And what happened after that? She didn't do nothing else? Because she looked like a dementia patient at most. She would get sent to the psych ward to get medication regulated and sent home. You say you breaking every bone. Dementia does that. So dementia brings out the realness in who you really are. That's crazy. Kudos to that woman for being able to handle that case for however long she been handling it to the point where she had to record it because that must have been going on for quite some time. Solutions, y'all. What are we gonna do with this kind of solution? How can we do this? Right? Because now I may be wrong about this. This is an actual question for Sonia. Um, when people are going through dementia, does it bring out like kind of how like alcohol will bring out the truth serum in people? Is that like what dementia will do for some people? Or is it just something where you completely lose your mind and you don't know what's going on? Yeah, that's fine. That makes them do all kinds of stuff. That is not a charge you want. She didn't do nothing. So absolutely what? It brings out who they truly are, or just like they done lost their mind. I remember a girl spit on in my brother's face. I went off on her. I've never been spat on before, y'all. But I don't even want to have to think about what I would feel like doing. Like I'm like my whole core right now is just need to settle down. It depends on the person. Some people are really sweet and others can be demons. Could it be because they've been demons all their lives? Or it's just because the medication is making them act a certain way? Right? Because we know medications can cause chemical imbalances. See? But like I said, imagine how we verbally assault each other. You don't have to curse nobody out to assault them. You could just insult them to their core. And that's all that's enough. Correct, Sonia. And it can change on a moment's notice. Wow. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard. I even saw this one video of this girl yelling out her window to a young man, like, ew, you're disgusting. I would never date you. I don't like you. Like, and calling him all sorts of racial slurs. Mind you, she's the same race as he is. Every person is affected the same. For instance, I have a patient that her family said was really sweet, never cursed or anything, but now that's all she does is curse and fight. Oh no. That's sad. Her soul got corrupted, y'all. Oh wait. What she mad cause he broke out with her. She called him the N-word. We laughed it off. Next thing, seeing her was spitting it. Oh my goodness. That's how people snap just like that. Whew. Y'all, we gotta work on that. Cause I know deep down inside, if somebody touches that right nerve, any one of us can go off and snap. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Any one of us can go off and snap. But if we can kind of work on that nerve before somebody press it, or even if they press it, maybe we can like slightly lighten the reactors or the reaction effect that we may have. My grandfather, towards the end of his life, was all over the place with acts of kindness and then total evil. Oh. Was he on medication, JC, or just, dang, that's terrible. This whole conversation turned all the way left, but in a good way. That's sad. Good people gone bad. Any one of us know the meds. So it's something in the medication that will mess with your alter ego. Oh, here's Zero right here. Hey, Zero.
Mm. Hey, Joy.
I can't hear you.
You can't?
Okay, now I can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How are you doing
Good.
today?
How are you? It's good to hear from you. I got
Good.
to see you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Y'all were talking about dementia. Like, I knew my grandma. She actually well, my girl had like had passed. She had actually had that, and then had Alzheimer's too. I mean, and if she had dementia, she had like actually kind of well actually treated me pretty bad, trying to manipulate me, but that was but I think like I yeah I think that's who she was cause I remember my mother like going through that, like she would say like how she would treat her, and like how she would like my dad and my uncle, like how she would favor my daddy over my uncle, so like my uncle was treated like crap while my daddy was had given special treatment. So it was, I mean, I think like yeah, the men just kind of just show you what they already were.
Mm. But a few people in the chat were saying that some people were like really sweet and really nice, but then towards the end they turned into evil people. So
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, I mean, like as far as her, like she would be like that way towards me, but like everybody else, she would tend to be sweet and kind and all that. For
mm,
most people, like it's like me and my uncle, like she would kind of, well, yeah, she would kind of act that way, but like then, like with everybody else, she would just pretend like she never acted that way. So people thought she was sweet and thought she was sweet and liked them when she really hate their guts.
mm.
And I would know because she would tell me how much she hate their guts.
Is this before like she got full blown dementia or like
Uh, yeah, it's like before and after. So
that's crazy?
yeah, because I know like times like she would actually try to play, like try to use like like because like at times she would get like memory loss sometimes, but I could tell when she was faking and when it was actually happening. I got good enough to tell the signs, cause like usually like when she was faking, she would say, "Oh, well, I can't remember." Like I'm like, yeah, just the fact you said it, just the fact I'm like just the fact you said it, tell me you remember what you see. I mean, cause like when she really don't remember, like like she don't say it all. I mean, I can pretty much tell like she can't remember certain things. So
Mm. So do you think that like we take it, let's just take it out of what the perspective of the physical thing, but the verbal things that we do to each other, or even the emotional things that we do to each other, like could that be just as bad as what we just saw?
yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, depending on like how long you deal with this person, like how much it affects you. I mean, yeah, it could. I mean, if this is like somebody that someone really loved and they're doing like that, yeah, it could have a significant amount of damage to them. Probably would actually hurt worse than the physical attack.
Yeah, like because I know somebody right now in my own life where I don't know if they're just manipulative or what, but he actually uh it's like he'll do whatever to press my buttons and then turn around and try to be nice later. You know,
Oh,
it's like one of those type of mess with your head type of stuff, you know?
so he's a gaslighter.
Yes, probably. You know, and it's like I could equate how he does me sometimes to like being treated like that person that was washing the dishes. Like I'm over here trying not to explode because that's not the character that I want to display.
Yeah,
But I also know you may have a lot of issues more than my own. You know what I'm saying? So like it's
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I think like when I had moved in here for a while, like I think like probably like the first or second, yeah. Matter of fact, it was like the first year I came in. Like I think I remember one day, coming back from church, going to my dad's side of the family's house, 'cause that's my grandma was talking about. Going over there, and they said, and like one day I remember, because we would all go to one of our auntie's house, after church to to hang out and whatever. And I remember going there one day, and like I'm noticing like people ain't really talk to me, like I'm getting the cold shoulder, and I was like confused at why. And and I found out later that she was actually telling people that I wasn't treating her right.
oh.
Yeah, so like basically she was making a whole bunch of stuff like turning turning most of the family against me. So it was like I was like, "Oh, okay, and I mean it was like every chance she got, she could if she could do something like that, she did. Like I remember one time I was there, and I was about to get ready to head out. And like before I would get hit out, like had I like decided to head out a minute sooner, it would have something terrible would happen. So when I left, like before I left, like I was about to get ready to head out, and next thing I know, I hear the smoke detector go off. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? I thought like maybe she had like a cigarette that might have or set off, or maybe it was just like some paper she burned. Sometimes she'll burn some paper in the ashtray or something like that. So I thought it was just that. I go in there, open the door like to a room, and next thing I know, I see I see like a fire going. Like it was like like the hot comb stove had actually fell on some newspapers, and it fell on top of the cord that it was powering. So I had to try to, go and put it out. Like while I'm doing that, I'm trying to put this out while trying to avoid the sparks that are flying out too of the thing. And after I managed to put it out, I waited until she got back, and then after she came back, I told her what happened. And and then I think like when I went to the store with her later that night, she was already ready to blame me for it. And then I think like a week or two later, I'm going to church with my cousins from Atlanta. I was like talking to them, telling them about the fire and all that. She was say, yeah, your granny been telling us that you started. I was like, what? I said, I'm the one that saved the house. I mean, had I left Minnesota, might not have been nothing there.
And it's like nobody would have blamed her for like accidentally starting a fire, but she wanted to place the blame on you. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when she came back, like and I told her about it, like she was like, "Say, oh, there's no way I could have did. I've been gone 5 minutes." I was like, "That doesn't
Yeah,
mean anything."
and walked away.
Right? I said I didn't use it, but yeah, yeah. It's like and even then, like I gotta take care of. I mean, one because I didn't have the money to go anywhere else, so I was kind of like stuck there for a while.
Mhm.
But uh, but but I think like even when I think when she had like died last year. Cause I think even before that, I had like after I finally moved out, and I think I was gone for like maybe about a I think that was like probably about the year I left. Now I'm like trying to have people trying to find me. It's like, you need to go visit. You need to go visit your granny. You need to go visit your granny. And I really didn't want to visit her at first, but and I was like, well, I mean, I was kind of like, like I really want to visit her, so I was like, I called my step teacher. I see what she said. She was like, yeah, you should probably go visit her. Only get like closure.
Mm,
So I was like, okay, I go I go and do it. Like if I step teacher, like, I even come there with you. I mean, which I think she came there late. I went there and I and I talked to her. And I remember had all this anger towards her, and like it's like when I came in there and came there to visit her, and I seen her like I don't think she knew where she was at. Like it was like I don't even think she remember what was going on. So it was like that point was like yeah. I mean it. I mean it ain't it don't make no sense to me to stay mad if she don't remember.
mhm,
So I mean talk to her, whatever, but it was just like it was close. I mean, my stepdad came later, talk with her too, but yeah, it was like pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much just like me, getting my closure. So it's like, even though like she didn't remember, it was like, well, I came there, I faced her, and I moved on, even though like I had my mom will keep telling me you should go visit, and I said no, I did it once, I'm good. And I think like a few months ago, I was asked like why I why I would not really even why I wouldn't even go visit. I was like I told her what happened, and my mom was like my mom was like, oh, well, I thought she really really loved you like that. I mean, maybe she did shadow. Maybe she trying to manipulate me too, but she was like, "I thought she would." He said, "I know she did it to me." Yes, I never thought she would do that to you.
mhm,
So it was so. I mean, I was like, yeah. I said, that's why I didn't go over there. Like, and when she died, like, it was like I went, like, but it's not because I mean I really even cared. It was just like closure from my dad's side of the family, because I wanted nothing more to do with a good majority of them. Like maybe a few of them I still talk to, but I really didn't want nothing more to deal with them. Like it's like, hey, y'all. I mean, it's like y'all easily believe that y'all didn't even bother to even find out what went on with me. So
it's her
I,
legacy, man. She had a strong bold. She had a strong bond over them.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I pretty much went there for that, and then I think like yeah, cause yeah. Then I think like that during that time, like my uncle was looking for me. He was, and I knew like he wanted something because he don't. I mean he didn't. He don't. He wouldn't. I mean he wouldn't look for me if he didn't need something.
Aw.
So like so like pretty much. And I didn't mention the time it was happening, which was like last year. I think it was maybe around I think it might have been around June or July or something like that. But last year, but like and it was like after I told them like, oh yeah, it's like when he told me it was pretty much what he was looking for me for. He needed me to be there to collect the life insurance money because he couldn't he couldn't get it without me
Mm,
because we were both the co-beneficiaries.
okay. So he was just trying
Yeah,
to be nice so he can get his piece.
yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and then when we went there like the next day because he tried to get me to go there the same day, and I was like, nah. I told him I just had something to do. I really didn't. I just wanted to.
Be away from him. I can dig it.
Yeah, I knew he was trying something. I was like, uh,
Do you believe that there's a such thing as right and wrong? There's an interesting comment that came up in the chat.
I guess, yeah, there is. I guess it depends on perspective, what you think is right or wrong.
Mhm.
But yeah, like after, yeah, like next day we came there to do that. I came out for work, came back. I left work, I got off of work, came there, and we went. Matter of fact, I brought my stuff out there because he said like, yeah, if you need somebody, to help you go do it. So okay, well, so maybe it might be some things I don't know. I do know something about contracts, but I was like, okay, maybe it's something I don't know. So let me have him come as backup. And I'm pretty sure he didn't expect that. Mom would expect him to show up. So pretty much we go there to talk about everything and to get the whole all the contracts signed and all that. And pretty much we were getting the whole life insurance thing together, trying to do that. And then like when it came down to like because like after they get the money for the funeral, like to help pay the funeral, what was left, was gonna be split between me and my uncle. And and the thing about it was like when it came to that, the mom was saying, so so your grandma would wanted me to hold that money to ration out.
Ah,
I said, yeah. I said, because he had to have a bank account. Because like that time I didn't, but I mean, not that. I mean, back then I didn't, but I mean now I do, of course. But he was like, you have a bank account? I said, yeah, I do.
what
And
are
and
you worrying
and
about my bank account for?
right. And he was telling he told me like he said you let me hold the money and I'll just get I'll just give you some
No,
bit of time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what he tried to tell me. And
but
then,
that's for that. He don't have a problem
yeah, yeah.
holding your inheritance. That's
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah, but like thing about it was like he was talking about like let me ration out, and I asked I said is that in the contract, is that what's written there? I said no. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not. Oh, I want all my money then.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. He would have
Yeah,
robbed his own nephew.
yeah. It's like I actually expected that out of him. Just the way he had treated me, I was like, yeah, I expect him to try something like that. And my stepfather didn't think he would be that bad. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I expected that out of him. And like thing about it was like, it was just like, yeah, you prove me right in front of all the other people. Yeah, and like you went to old people there saying, like had that same respect, had the same reaction, like what ration out.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they my stepdad tell me like, yeah, say if you had went along with that, he said he probably gave you maybe about like $20 something like that, and then you probably never heard from him again, and he would have had all the money
Taking it
in
off.
that kind. Yeah, and
That's
there been nothing. Yeah,
Now
there been
that's
nothing.
wrong. That is wrong.
Yeah,
He knew what he knew in his hearts of hearts the way he would have done. That is absolutely wrong.
yeah. And the thing about it, he would have been that guy away with it if I'd actually been foolish enough to actually buy
Yeah,
into that.
'cause you would have wrote it down like, yeah, I agree that you will ration it out. And to him, rationing would have been like, well, I gave you $20.
Yeah,
I'll give you 20 more in 5 years.
yeah. Or you can never, or you can have to get you any at all after that. You're like, oh yeah, okay.
Right, technically, well, I lost count of calculation. Maybe I gave him more. You should have kept track. That's
Right.
crazy. Or he could have said something like somebody stole it from me.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was like I didn't really want to be there with them, but it was just like I was like, yeah, let me just get this over with and do that because I'm like thinking like, nah, you not. I'm thinking in my head like, nah, you're not keeping that. No, I earned that money.
Yeah, with the way she treated you.
Yeah, I'm like, when money comes in, oh no, I want every single penny. And and if you and I'm and it was like I was already coming up with my guard up against him, so it was like I was prepared for what he was trying to do. He's trying to pretend to be all nice and whatever. I'm like, uh-huh. I
That's
mean,
true. Like GoPro was like gravity is real whether you believe it or not. Wrong or right is just an idea. Mm.
yeah,
Hi,
yes.
Angie. How you doing? People are so grimy, especially when it comes to money. It seems every day an idea or belief divides further. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, so he was already grinding before before the money. It was just like he felt like he could take from me, and I showed him, no, you can't.
He didn't think you deserved it. That's why he was going to take it.
Yeah, I know why he did things
Really,
there.
that's the real reason why he didn't. It wasn't about him stealing it from. In his mind, it wasn't about stealing. It's the fact that he didn't think you deserved it.
Yeah, and I'm like I more than deserved it because for one, I was the main one taking care of her when you can just come and go, come every once in a while and see her or whatever, thinking you're doing something. I had to sit there and take care of her and put up with all her BS. So yeah, I matter of fact, I deserved it more than he did.
Right.
You didn't have to sit there and put up with it because I think one day like she had to stay with him for a minute because I think something was going on at the house or something, and I guess like the moment it got done, like he
Turned
was
the right.
ready. He was ready to send her back. He couldn't wait. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. Now you know what I've been dealing with.
And he said, based on that experience, that's why he deserves it more. And he's closer to her than family. He's closer at family kin wise than you are. That's crazy. People think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I mean, I get why he felt the way he felt because like looked at him as the she looked at him as the unwanted child or whatever. Well, at least how she treated him. I
Mm,
mean, cause like my daddy was like considered like the favorite. Like she would do pretty much anything for him. Like
mm, mm, mm.
and like think about it. I think the reason why my grandma and my granny like had done me like that because she thought I would be she could baby me like she do my daddy, and I'm like, nah, I don't want, nah, I don't want that.
Oh, so she was trying to baby you?
That's pretty much like how she did my dad. Like she kind of like babied him like that was pretty much like one of the main reasons. That's probably like pretty much one of the main reasons why it didn't the relationship between him and my mom didn't work out. Like,
Mm,
but I mean, even with did like, cause I think I always said there was some stuff that he did that like, like would have made her go to jail if she did something to him. I mean, she did. I mean, she didn't tell me until like maybe just like that few months now, like that point, cause like from growing up, she never really told me anything bad about him.
mhm.
So like I started finding out and stuff. I was like, wow, okay, didn't didn't know that.
Now you do. It's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So yeah, I think this division kind of brings out, some of the man, the worst quality of the people. I think it just brings out what's already there.
Mm,
So 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 yeah, yeah. I think I had that times like where she is where I would come in and she would say like she said, whose house is this? I said, this is not my house or something like that. or like she would actually confuse me with my uncle. I mean, we look nothing alike, but she would actually confuse me with say, "No, you're my child." I'm like, "No, I'm your grandson." Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I was saying, yeah, it's probably pretty messed up how they treat her like that, how she treat her children, like that, because you putting favorites like you're doing all for one child and not doing any of the other child. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that, and I think even so, like my dad or brother, they had like different fathers as well, so.
Yeah, that's what Sonia said. She said it wasn't the looks, it was the fact that you were a male and she knew she had a son. Yeah, that's what she was remembering. Hey, 50, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah,
That's what she was remembering. Yep, she did.
yeah.
In her head, you look like a whole different person.
Yeah, I mean, it would get to the point like where she was arguing me about like trying to leave to my going out. I said you at home, man. Like she was just, yeah, she was just arguing me down, and like, she would still stay put, but it's just like, I think till like she remembered where she was at.
Dang, that's hard.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just like, I'm like, okay, yeah, so yeah, now that I'm finally, I had gotten away from that and did all that. I'm just like, well, it's like after that whole thing with the all that, I said, yeah, I said now I can finally not have to deal with him anymore either,
Mhm.
cause cause I'm he was like, well, you can call me whatever. I'm like, nah,
You know, you could call.
I'm thinking in my head, no, I'm definitely not
He's
calling
probably
you.
not expecting the call, no way. You know, that's just the political way of saying, all right, see you soon. See you later. Good doing business with you. It's
Yeah,
hard. People go through that disease. It's so heartbreaking. Drop in. Tune. Yeah, thank you. Parents teach it to them and other stuff just reinforce it. How can we kind of be a wedge between some of that old school teaching? Is that ever even possible?
like those who teaching like how like
So GoPro is basically talking about racism is taught to children. And I was just saying, like, is there a way we can be a wedge between that whole idea before it turns into like part of your DNA and your blood and what you strictly believe in, and that's it? Because there's certain beliefs that, regardless of whether we believe it's right or wrong, it's just gonna be there, and you're gonna just believe however you believe anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like it says racial talk, like it's, I mean, if you teach, how racism is bad from a young age, I mean, it's gonna stay there. If you teach racism from a young age, it's gonna stay there. So you have to get them while they're young,
Yep. I
and
tell you, getting while they're young, just thinking about something simple as washing my hands. It was sewn into my out of my preschool days that I literally just wash my hands after I go to the bathroom, and it's like it's an instinct. So if somebody were to tell me, "Oh no, you don't have to wash your hands after you go to the bathroom," I'd be like, "Okay," but I'm still gonna do it regardless because it's been planted in me when I was young, young, young.
yeah, I think some stuff I have, like, yeah, some of that might have been like when I was younger, and then some of that is like I just kind of like took on, myself, because I know like some stuff I do. I'll be like, yeah, I say, yeah, I say, you the one that does that.
Mm, it's true. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker. I always think that there's always a way. As long as you're a little bit willing, there's always a way that things could change. I don't know. Nope, not possible. By the time you're like 12 or 13, you are who you are, and parents have had that most access by that age. I don't know, GoPro. I think
I
you
mean,
can change.
yeah, yeah, I mean, people are still changing now. I mean, cause like, there's certain, I mean, people can change through like certain events and all that. So
Mhm,
I mean, or like certain experiences. So, nah, 12, 13, no, you're still growing. I mean, it may, I mean, depending on the person, might be maybe harder, but it's not, I mean, it's possible for people to change. Like, just say, well, people just set in stone and all that. I'm like, no, that's not true. Because I know like a lot of stuff like that, could have been said like set in stone, and I was, I changed myself. Like I said, I was willing to let myself be more open minded, not to be set in my ways. Like, I mean, I think like when people choose is get set in their ways. That's like when change starts to be not possible. But it's only if it's like people, like, if you want to change, you're gonna change. But if you don't, then you go stay where you at.
mhm. Yeah, how I view the world, um, has changed for the better. Like in certain circumstances, that there's things that maybe when I was younger, I would be like not tolerant of. But now that I'm older, well, no, now that I'm more mature, the tolerance level is just like, well, it has nothing to do with tolerance, but just caring about different things more. So I think anything is possible to change as far as like things being set in stone. I don't think that's a permanent thing, you know. I don't However, my cousin's wife was raised in a racist household, and she and her siblings all married African Americans. They were determined not to be like that. So maybe you're right, Joy, if they're open. Oh wow.
Yeah. You're like some kids, some kids, like, look at their parents, like some may accept what they're doing, and some people may be so disgusted that they don't want to be nothing like their parents. Like, good example is like JFK. His father was, was like in the mafia, and like him and his brother were so disgusted by his their father. They were determined to be everything the opposite of him.
Mm. Somebody make you so sick that they don't want to be nothing like you. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
And that could be either good or bad.
right.
Mm, 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 mm. I think anything is possible. But like, yeah, when you're an adolescent, yeah, those certain things can be just imprinted in you, but they could change. I
Yeah,
think that if the world believed that there can be change, then we would I'm not sure we would wait. I think if the world believed that there can't be changed, then I'm not sure we would exist. Mm.
I
Those are
mean,
bad examples because both JFK and Robert were dirty too.
yeah, think about it. It's like that saying. I think it was Herodotus that said it, but like it was saying it was like saying that the only constant thing in life is change.
Mhm. It's true.
Yeah, so
What about now? This is my question. What about if you weren't raised by parents? Because there's some people who don't have a figure, a role model, but they
yeah,
grew up because of what they're surrounded by. Like for instance, if somebody was adopted or not adopted, but if someone were in the legal system where they didn't have any parental guidance and they were just growing up with other people, what about that? What do we have if we can't have a belief in change? What do we strive for? Her dad threatened to shoot my cousin and everything, but she was determined and didn't let her deter her from marrying home and having beauty. You know they're cute. Foster care, yep. She might have been
Yeah,
doing that just to do that get back though. She might have been get back and at her father. That might have been her motivation just to get back.
yeah, yeah, and there's and as far as like you were talking about like some people who ain't raised like yeah, I think some people kind of find their they have to find their own way. Like I think like even though like I had my mother like I would see my father time to time when I was younger until he died. But as far as that, I think like probably like maybe like through my teenage years, I think I was pretty much I think for the most part I think I felt like I would feel like I was raising myself.
Mhm. I agree with that. In my opinion, everyone I ever known that were orphans or foster kids were kinda messed up. Mm. Well, I guess because you didn't have that maybe I think maybe to add to that, it could be a love factor too, because there's not as much, empathy going on in that kind of environment where you're always constantly moving and shifting and people are already hurt and their hurt comes off as anger. So, and who knows whatever traumatic instances happen and maybe they don't have anybody to talk to. Maybe they keep on going back to their home environment. Um, I remember I did an interview with somebody. I was actually the guest, and they were talking about how they were taken away from their home and then reintroduced back to the home. And it was almost like the worst thing that could have possibly happened to go back home. So it's hard. Hmm. They don't have a balance, not love thrown around from place to place, impossible. Yes, yes, yes. It's
Yeah,
hard. That happens. That imagine y'all even now in our mature ages, right? Let's just say all of us are in relationships. Imagine if your spouse, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is, right? Imagine if they one day looked you in the eye and convinced you and said, "Oh, I don't like you. I don't like anything about you." And they really said that to you. That would mess you up, even if it turned out to be a joke, a prank or whatever. That would still mess you up. And I imagine it as an adolescent growing up and that constantly being a factor. Mm. I know some
yeah,
kids that went to unstable, abusive homes. That's so. Oh, yes, I know, JC. How are they doing? Do you have any updates with them? Because I know that was hard. That was a hard. Last year was a hard year. And the 19 into 20 it was a bad year. Not a bad year, but a hard one for y'all. Hmm. It's sad. I think love can cure everything. I believe that love can cure the majority of the things that we emotionally do to each other. That's just my opinion. I saw a picture for one time. Oh, and I'm sure they ask about y'all all the time. I dated a girl who was a foster child. She used to tell me the wildest stories. Oh,
yeah, yeah. I remember hearing like that, like the foster, I mean, even like the foster home was like pretty, can be pretty rough.
yeah. Depending on who it is. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I'm just kind of glad, like not only like I have like like a parent who cares, but like cares and and didn't have any real issues, like kind of I guess try their best to show me what was going on, but cause I kind of see certain people. I'm like thinking like that have like parents. I think like I said, even though I like kind of see my father from time to time, like even before he died, like 'cause he died when I was 12, but they about it was like even between that time, like I wasn't raised in a dysfunctional household. Like I would see some people have like where like with a so called single mother, and like you would hear like some stories of people who had lived with so-called single mothers, like turned out to be dysfunctional. I was kind of lucky not to have experienced a lot of that, especially hearing like dysfunctions in the black community. So so it was just kind of good. Like I didn't experience that.
Hmm. We just have to hope they are safe. I hope so too. She said a young lady she mentored would tell her counselor, she was being abused, but the state failed her. But thankfully, she's in college and doing well. But hopefully, there's no like long term effects or relapses. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah,
know if we can or could do fostering anymore. It's so hard. I can only imagine. Think about it. Babies cry when they are born and stop when they and to give them to their mother. Because it's a familiar voice. Like they've been hearing it all their life. You know what I'm saying? They've been hearing that voice and that heartbeat all their lives. And it's warm. So a bunch of people not poking you, putting stuff in your eyes and spanking your booty and you cold. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear all these different voices. Yeah, I'm gonna stop crying once I go to hear a familiar voice, and it sound good and it feel good and it's cuddly and it's not like shifting me all over the place and rubbing me down. Like you know, I can imagine that.
all right.
Infants have it hard, and we think we have it harder. You know what I'm saying? That video though. Do you go on TikTok at all, Zero?
No, I don't have TikTok.
Yeah, I only started doing TikTok for my business. And plus you get a whole lot more views on TikTok. So I've been doing TikTok and I come across some of these things that are so heart-wrenching. We have talked about getting geared back up with the Wrapped with Love program going to look into what's in the area are now. Well, yeah, I thought it was a beautiful thing that you guys were doing. I really did. We talk twice a week and I helped her get counseling because she definitely needs it. I don't want her to think any man will do because she was molested while in the system. Oh. Well, thank God for somebody like you, Sonia. For real, for real. For real, for real. That takes the time out of your life and gives part of your life to her. And I'm sure she appreciates that. Even if it don't hit her right now, it's gonna hit her like, dang, yo, somebody did that for me. Somebody cared. That's what it is, y'all. We need to care for each other more. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm. It's wow. It's all good with the two recent moves. Yeah, it all got paused with the two recent moves. I have to. My heart won't let me not help people, and that's my baby. It's like we have. It's like having a 20-year-old. Oh, would you consider mentoring someone, Zero?
I mean, I would consider it, just depending on the situation. If I could actually mentor, like I think if I probably did, it would probably just be like something like I didn't want to do, but it kind of just came forced onto me, and I would probably end up being good at it anyway.
Would you want to be a dad, or are you a dad?
Oh no, I'm definitely not a dad. I wouldn't mind it if it happened, but it just like right now, like I'm looking where I'm like, I don't know if I want to bring kids to this world.
Yeah.
Way stuff going on, like
Yeah, they're gonna come out looking at us like we're aliens because we wear masks all the time. It's like I was in Walmart yesterday and I saw this cute little baby and I was like, Gucci, Gucci. I was like, oh, you're so cute. But I was like, the baby can't even see me speaking on my face. And I can only imagine the trauma going on. I hope it's no lasting trauma. Like you're seeing all these people with things across their mouth and they're like the only ones that don't have anything on their mouths. Hey, Info Man, how you doing? Thank you. Hey, Life with Lisa, with
Yeah.
Lily. I'm sorry, y'all. I be reading the chat all crazy. I'm not used to reading the chat. We were just having a conversation about the idea of right and wrong, and we're talking about something that I saw on TikTok, and Zero was telling us how life can really be with family, with with people who are connected to us by direct blood. Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
to see you too.
Yeah.
But any idea, any input on that info, what you believe, if there is a such thing as right and wrong, feel free. We are keeping scrapbooks with all the pictures, and each holiday we put something in for them and all the grandkids to give them when we meet again. Oh, that's great, JC. I hope they will appreciate it. I just want everyone happy. All this hate gotta stop. Yes. Yes. I don't know, y'all. I just I don't know. I believe that I believe that it is getting better slowly, but we have to talk about it, right? The most important thing that I think we can do is talk about these issues that we have as a society and just maybe start thinking different. I think I would start thinking. After seeing what I saw on TikTok and seeing the conversation in the chat, like I start to think about things different. Like it's stimulating my mind. Can I hate the hate? Mm. What you think, Zero? You quiet over there, and I know you're a man of wisdom.
I try to be.
Ain't no trying. It's actually a thing.
Trying to give it a Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. uh, I mean, I guess like it sounds like really more like. I mean, I guess sound like really more of a philosophical question. I guess you could, but I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it would be kind of a paradox. I don't know, but I don't know. I guess you could. Yes, you could hate the hate. Yeah, I'm, I mean, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could. You could. Yeah, that just sounds like sounds like a good philosophical question right there.
Mhm. Do you think, Sonia, do you think that people even know what happy is? Right? We think we're taught that happy is material and that puts a smile on your face, but do we honestly understand what happy is? That's for anybody. You can dislike the hate. But we have to come in and be a light on top of that hate and shine something different, you know?
Yeah,
I don't think some people do. Mm, happy inner self.
yeah. I agree. I think some people do. I think that's like when people, people get off of their jobs. Like, I mean, I guess they can't do it like they used to. You would see people they would either try to, drink their, their problems away. Make it think, oh, I'm happy now. I got my drink or something like that. Or they try to smoke smoke their problems away, or maybe do whatever, doing something that's like a temporary escape, but it doesn't. They're not facing that problem. They're not facing the problem that they're still not happy with themselves or with how life is going for them.
Some don't know how to love themselves. I don't know if you can you teach somebody how to love themselves without saying a word?
I don't know if you necessarily teach them, but you could probably, give them some insight on what love looks like. But as far as teaching them how to love themselves, that's something that they have to discover on their own.
Mm. It's kind of like saying how much rock bottom does somebody have to get to know that they are at rock bottom? That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, same concept. Like you can't. I mean, you can't tell about it when they're at rock bottom. Like they just. I mean, you can bring it up, but like unless they actually hit it, you can't say, well, you're at rock bottom now. Like unless they feel that they're at rock bottom, it ain't true for them. It might be true for the person saying it. They might think it's true, but it's not exactly true for everyone else, I guess.
Thank you, JC. Knowledge after that, they own their own. Mm. Hmm. It's kind of like actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Cause I mean, if you really think about it, like in life, like when you want to convince people to do something, you have the. I mean, the best way to convince them is to actually show them. Now some people are good at talking people to certain stuff, but the best way if you want to really show them what you're saying is true is actually to actually do it and show them that this is what it is. Like, what I'm saying it is actually true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think I agree with you too, Lily. I'm not unhappy, but if you think about the grand scheme of things, it's like you can adapt to the new way of living, but it's like, dang, I'm kind of reminded with like how much life was much more easy back then. And that was only like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Like you could travel without any problems. You could go anywhere without any problems. Like you can go some places without any problems, but try going overseas and then having to sit it out for weeks or days before you can even enjoy wherever you're going.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I mean, it's not so much I don't like change or can adapt. It's like certain things like like with this whole thing, it did actually kind of make my life better. Not because of the pandemic or them shutting down stuff. It was like it forced me to 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 leave a job which I kind of like and I was learning stuff from,
Hmm.
but it wasn't the pay wasn't going to get me to where I need to go, but it kind of forced me like, okay, well, because like it was kind of something I had been thinking about like even then, but I was only staying there because I was learning certain stuff. But it was like, yeah, usually, yeah, you definitely need to get out and make better money and to really start getting more serious about it, like doing what you want to do. So
Hmm. Hey, Sonia.
that's
Hey,
only
hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Zero, how everybody doing?
good.
Um, I'm not gonna be up here long. I just wanted to talk about that rock bottom thing. I don't. A lot of people in here, with the exception of Lily, don't know who I am. However, except you, Zero, you know who I am too. Um, However, I talked about on my channel a while back, and Drew, I think this may have been even before I met you, how um, I didn't think I hit rock bottom, but after everything happened to me, I really thought I hit rock bottom. So, quick story. Um, I'm 37 years old. I work all the time. I would work 2, 3, 4 doubles a week, 16 hours. And my mom used to tell me all the time, girl, stop working all those doubles. You're going to make yourself sick. You're absolutely tired. And I'm like, girl, I'm young. Let me work while I can. And so she said, no, you need to stop. And I'm like, okay, I will. And I didn't. I went on vacation, got into a car accident, got severely injured. Um, I have herniated discs and bulging discs in my back and neck. My pelvis on the left side is shifted backwards. I messed up my knee. I messed up my shoulder. I just got a lot of stuff going on. Hence, Joy, that's why I'm always in pain. When you ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm in pain. That's why. Mm. So anyway, because of this accident, I was unable to work for 2 months because I didn't have doctor's clearance and couldn't do anything. Could barely walk because my hip was so jacked up I could barely stand. Going to the grocery store, cooking, everything was a challenge. Sometimes it still is. And I went to thinking, oh my God, I can't work. I'm depending on my savings now because there's no money coming in. You know, I wasn't getting paid for my job because I didn't get hurt at work. You know, just got a lot of stuff going in at this time. About 3 weeks before I got into the accident, I had just went through a breakup. So it was literally a cluster of stuff going on within a 2-month period. And I really thought at that time, since I couldn't work and I'm living on my savings, that I really hit rock bottom because it's like, okay, what am I going to do when my savings is gone? You know what I mean? I got a pretty hefty savings, but I still had to pay rent. I still had a car note. You know, I had all these bills I had to pay, and eventually that money was going to dwindle down. And, you know, it was because I was being disobedient. My mom told me to stop working, but really it wasn't her telling me to stop working. It was the Lord saying, stop your daughter from working. And when I didn't listen to her, he stopped me from working. You know what I mean? But he didn't. My accident wasn't so severe that I could never, ever work again, or I couldn't walk again, or I couldn't do certain things again. It was just a wake up call. You know, now you need to sit your butt down and you need to rest. So I really thought I hit rock bottom once everything that I was going through was happening to me, and it was happening all at once. Like it was just a spiral. It was happening all at once. And I'm thinking, you know, what did I do in my life to like deserve this stuff, you know? So, yeah, people don't understand what it means to feel like they hit rock bottom. Although I thought I really didn't, because what I didn't realize, even as a 36-year-old at the time, is there were so many more people out here in this world that were struggling and doing so much worse than I was. I still had a roof over my head. I still had a car. Hell, I still even had a job. I just couldn't go to work. You know what I mean? So what I learned is to really stop complaining, because I've met so many people that don't have anything, and I have so much, and I have so much to be thankful for. And I just got to stop complaining about the little stuff that, you know, oh, I missed the day at work. I'm not going to get paid for that day. Well, there's people out here that ain't got a job. So, you know, that's just all I came up here to say. You know, we have to be thankful for what we have, you know, and what we acquire, and just stop complaining about certain stuff, because I'm telling you, I really thought I hit rock bottom, and I really hadn't even gotten that far, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's crazy the way we think, but it's really not what it is.
Yeah, I agree. Like the pandemic, just because that was something that affected me, made me sit down from work. Mm-hmm. I was furloughed, basically temporarily fired for a whole month.
Right.
And I looked at it as a vacation. I was like, "Oh, I'm on vacation." I always wanted to be retired before a certain age, and I partially was, you know, right. Like it was all of the different things that I was thinking about, but I don't know if I could go through that again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
gonna hold us.
Yeah.
I was fortunate. I never stopped working. I'm an essential worker. I'm in nursing, so I never had to stop working. Some of our hours did get cut because we had people that were coming in, they would die, what have you, from the pandemic. But I never stopped working. I got to thank God for that, because there are so many people still after a year that do not have a job.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I got to stop complaining.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I want that.
Go ahead, Zero.
I was saying like after like after that pandemic, like I think like for a minute, like I was still working there, and then I think like I think like probably less people came in there, and then I think they decided to shut it down one day. Like I mean shut it down. Like I remember getting a phone call saying like, hey, we're closing it down, but come and get some food and supplies, because I worked at a restaurant. And like so he was saying like, yeah, just come down and and get some and get some food to take home and all that. So
Mhm.
had people, cause all the chefs had made like food for everybody, cause I was a dishwasher, so I was like watching all the dish stuff like while they were I mean they may have like, I think they may have like 10 they had like 10 reservations, because like their restaurant, we only kind of did like how busy I was, like how many reservations they got. So since they had like 10 reservations, it was going to be a slow night. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so with all that, like it was slow. And I remember like a coworker I usually work with, he came in there, like they came in a little late. He was like, said, man, it's gonna be slow tonight. I'm just gonna go home. You might as well go ahead and stay here and get paid. He said, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go home. All right. And like, while they're making all the food, everything like that, and after that night, like I, left, got through, the next day, that was when everybody was let go for that day, because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So now, he was like, said, dang, I should have came worse. I told you, should have came in. So you should stay. I mean, and the thing about it was like with that, like it kind of, cause I was actually pretty mad for a minute, because like even there, I was learning like a lot of baking and all that, and I'm like thinking like, cause I remember like that week I was going to learn how to make cookies and cream ice cream from scratch, and that was when they took away. I was like, man, I was so bad. I said I was finally going to get to learn how to make my favorite ice cream from scratch, and the pandemic took it all away. And I was kind of mad for a while about it. Like, I mean, even though I did manage to find a job, like probably like the next week I had found a job, but it was, like it was a job I worked there for a while, which I actually quit like not too long ago, but it was like a job that, like, a lot of people would not want to work, because it was like doing stone manufacturing, which I like to call Spartan work, because like you either gonna make it or you ain't, kind of like you go, kind of like at 300, like you go in the woods, you like a child, you either gonna come out a man, or you or nature gonna have you. That's why I call it Spartan work, because I'm like, yeah, you gonna either make it or you ain't, ain't no in betweens. You can't do it. You can't come out one way or another. But yeah.
Hey, Info Man, how you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Hey, how you doing, my man? Infinite Zero. I just wanted to come up and say hello to you. First
Hi.
time I've ever been on your panel, and hello to the young lady, the essence of
Sonia.
Sonia.
Hello,
Essence of
Information Man. How are you, hun?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, I just came up to come upstairs to say hi to you, and the great smile that you have and everything like that. So be on the lookout soon. I'm gonna send you an email so we can get the interview soon, not later.
Okay.
So I'm going to be bringing. I got a couple of folks I got to bring. I got an interview coming up this weekend. A couple other, and maybe another one. But I'm going to get you on sooner than later because it's way overdue. Because I think you're an inspiration. You're a motivator. You're very positive energy, and that's one of the things I really like about you and what you're doing with your channel. So, folks need to get the support out, and I really want to get you on so I can really, put the strong word out for folks that follow me to get their butt over to your channel and stuff like that. So I hope everyone's doing well this evening.
I can't.
Doing well. No need to complain.
It's good.
So what is your thought about the idea of right and wrong? Is there such a thing?
Well, everything that we know, I mean, when you're born as a baby into the world, you don't really know anything until you are socialized by society. You don't know if you touch a hot stove that it's going to burn, and then that becomes a memory, a muscle memory that you know that, hey, if I touch a hot stove, I'm going to get burned. You do it as a child. Your parents say, hey, that's what happens when you do A, B, and C. It's the same thing with right and wrong. You don't know what it is until you experience, unfortunately, the punishment of the wrong. I don't think it really factors into your mind until there is a punishment, whatever that punishment is. Depending on how you grew up, what were the values in your neighborhood and your family. So we're taught these things. I mean, it goes all the way back to the Bible, the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not. Right? This has been with us for thousands of years. So I think most people, as they grow into adulthood, they know what right and wrong is, but they decide to make the ultimate choice because God gave humans, man and woman, certain domain to make choices. Even though you know that if you do this, you're going to end up in jail. For example, like the kind of work that I do, I deal with guys every day who make bad choices, that are doing life sentences in prison. And what they always say when they're doing those heavy sentences where they're never getting out to see their family, I made some bad choices. I wish I could take them back. Then there's some guys who never want to admit their wrongs and their choices, and they simply blame it on other people and make excuses for their choices they made in life.
Very true.
So, I mean, you can make an argument that you don't learn to make bad negative choices until you become socialized by the negatives of this society. Like your family can rate you can grow up in a family. There's your nature as a person and the values that you learn in the household, and then there's the environment out there. That environment is so powerful that it could take a person who grew up in a good family. I mean, I've known people growing up that grew up in good families, father there, mother there, middle class, upper middle class, and they went into crime. I see it where I work, and I'm like, what are you doing in here, man? You had all the options. I've seen people who come from not so fortunate family backgrounds, and they've rise to the top, and then vice versa, So I think people are culturally conditioned to learn these negative behaviors because when you are a baby, when you're a little child, children don't begin doing mischief behaviors until they're socialized and they observe what other people are doing. And so they mimic those behaviors.
That's deep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a kid that I knew growing up. He just seemed like he was bad all the time, but we didn't see him behind closed doors either. So who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
For example, when it comes to racism and all this sort of things that we battle with today, let's be honest. If you take, and I've done this when I was in college, they had I took child development, and at my university, I went to San Francisco State University, And in the university, they had a psychology program where they had a daycare program for kids. They had a school program, and you could go in there and observe the kids through glass, observe them in their behavior, in their natural, in their environment, whether it be on the playground or in the classroom. And for the most part, you take a black child and a white child and other races of kids, when they're little, they don't discriminate based on race. They have no concept of race because race is really a social construct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But it's not into those kids, Asian, Latino, whatever you want to call it. It's not until they grow up and they get socialized that, oh, this is what a black person is or a white. Then they begin to grow up and take in these negative stereotypes, and they behave in a different manner towards people of other races. But when we're little babies and little kids, only thing you fighting over is maybe some toys.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't thinking about, oh, he's black, let me take that from him. No, you're just looking at, I want the toy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
this tells me that this is all learned behavior.
Taught on purpose.
I agree.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And Joy, when you were talking about like bad kids, I remember like when I was watching kids like part of like this tutoring program, like remember like dealing with kids like that what you consider bad, like they would act up, they wouldn't want to listen to everybody. I remember I was like always tough on. I wouldn't let them slide with nothing. And this happened for like a for like a whole year. Like I mean, trying to to get them to do certain things. And I mean, I actually cared about what was happened to them, and it took like to like the end of that year to for them to realize that I actually cared about them. I wasn't, I think they were treated like it, like other. I think they've been treated like other people, like they they didn't really, they ain't really want them there. And the fact that I wasn't, I was tough on them, but I wasn't leaving them. And they ain't seen like, oh, okay, I think he actually cares. And they just kind of started changing their behavior. Like they started really respecting me, and really 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 showing me kind of, because like kids used to hate me at first, but it was like
But see, the
yeah,
thing about that though, Zero, is you were persistent, and so they started
yeah,
to take to you.
yeah,
That's the whole thing, you know.
yeah. Yeah. When they say like I was still there, and I was, and I didn't leave them like like a lot of people did, or didn't just like pass them off to somebody else. Like yeah, I think that's what they like the most. Like they would always be happy to come see me after that happened. So
Mm.
It's about that discipline.
Yep.
It's like they weren't used to structure, and you were here disciplining them, and now they're like, "Well, you love me." It's like,
Yeah,
oh, want
I was
that
just about to say that.
yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was like, I kind of, I kind of see what bit kind of got like a little peek in what like being a parent is like. I'm like, man,
Right. Let me bring up a concept. Well, it's not a concept, but it's something that I remember growing up. Because I'm lucky enough, being a Generation Xer, that I grew up at a time in the neighborhood that I grew up in where, you had the neighborhood raise you. The village truly raised the child in the neighborhood that I was in. And I lived in a neighborhood that when the street light came on, all kids were in the house. What we have today in today's society, you have kids running around outside at all times of the night, looking at other kids saying, hey, you got to go in the house. Hey, my mother let me go stay out as long as I wanted, my father. I think one of the things we have to look at is that when I was growing up, how you keep the balance is that let's say you've got family members that don't really do a good job of raising their kids. Their kids are wild. They're wilding out. And then you've got neighbors or family members over here who kids have a structure, have a discipline to them, as you had said earlier. When I grew up, I saw parents as a kid, even my mother and my father were the same way. they did not take me around either family members or people who had kids that were wilding out and out of control. So when kids are around other kids that come from discipline and structure, you only mimic and repeat what you learn and with the environment that you're around. That's why it's very dangerous when you let your kids engage and indulge with other children or other families where their kids are buck wild out of control and there's no discipline. Now your kid is hanging out in that environment with those kids and picking up those sort of cues versus them being around kids that come from a disciplined background as well. So I think that's one of the problems. If I grew up in a neighborhood where it was a rule in that neighborhood that at 6 o'clock, all kids should be in the house, not walking the street. If that's the norm, then you know nothing else, but that is being the norm of your development and your discipline. So how many of you remember when you were growing up that your parents knew the parents of the kids that you hung out with? None of the kids in my neighborhood, my mother, my father, they knew who their parents were. They know where they live. They kind of had an idea of how things were going, how things were looking. So when I grew up, I wasn't hanging around with kids that my parents had no idea who their parents were. Mm-hmm. And I think as we've lost, I don't think we have communities anymore. We just have neighborhoods that we occupy, right? Pay rent or we pay a mortgage. I don't think we have communities anymore. They're out there, but they're not very many where you have that type of structure.
I blame it on the microwave. I always do. Always do.
So I actually grew up in a town that's very, very small. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew each other. A lot of us were related. And to this day, they don't play. Like my mom is going to your mom and we got an issue. We're going to work it out. And, like you were saying, the kids have to be home before the street lights come on. Well, nowadays, the kids are going outside when the street lights come on. But where I'm from, they still don't play, because I have those older people, that they've raised their children, they've raised half of their grandchildren, and now they're looking out for the neighborhood kids because they don't want, the things that are going on in today's society happening to our neighborhood kids. And there are a lot of kids where I'm from now. So they're trying to keep that structure with the little kids, because I know I have a niece and a nephew. They're 12 and 9, and by the time that sun starts going down, they know, oh no, we got to go in the house. Mm-hmm. But you go to other neighborhoods and it's not like that. So I thank God I'm a little country girl. I come from a little country town, but I thank God for that structure, that's still there today.
Structure is very important. Look, gone are the days when you have the homeless person or even the quote unquote pimp or hustler who would tell you, hey kids, I never want to see you selling drugs. I never want to see you doing anything. Mm-hmm. Go to school, be a lawyer, be a doctor, but don't be what I grew up with those type of cats around my neighborhood that were doing stuff that I knew wasn't kosher, but they would always tell us, we never want to see you out here. Hell, even the bums on the street would tell you, what are you not doing in school? You want to be like me? I mean, that's kind of how it was. Even the people that were doing wrong were telling the kids, don't do wrong like we doing. You see, we don't want to see you. We're going to take the dope out of your hand. But a lot of things have changed as we've become. We live in a society, and I know what I'm about to say sounds kind of crazy. I almost want to say that we got too many freedoms. Yeah, we have too much. We're Americans, we love our freedom. But our freedom does come at a price. To be able to do whatever you want, it will come at a price. And that price is you lose control or grip on your kids. You can't discipline your kids anymore because there's always someone looking to call Child Protective Services. The way I was raised in my neighborhood, if we had the rules that we had today, most of the parents in the neighborhood that I grew in would probably be in jail right now because they believed in spanking and not sparing the rod. And I do think working in mental health, there is trauma that you will bring upon that child when you are literally beating them constantly. There is trauma. Okay. But I'm caught between, if you don't discipline your kids in a way that's appropriate, will they just continue to go buck wild because
Right.
there's no rules, there's no
How-
boundaries.
How about
Yeah.
disciplining them to their personality?
Well,
Yeah.
and then too, there's a difference in spanking your child and beating the hell out of them.
Right.
You know, it's definitely a difference.
Yeah, nowadays with kids, you can just take away the internet. That'll be punishment enough for them.
Right.
Like, change the Wi-Fi password. Oh, I can't get the Wi-Fi. Well, I'll give you the Wi-Fi password when you get our punishment.
If you take away their phones, these kids nowadays,
Oh, yes,
you screw their whole world up, because everything that
Uh-huh.
they're doing is through their phone, because the phone is the internet. Everything, all the social media that they're on, you take that away, you basically have destroyed everything.
But
Yep.
how about now they'll just fight you? Like kids
Yeah.
really fighting their parents.
I have a coworker who just today told me that her friend's daughter got really upset because the dad did something and went to jail. So now it's hard for the mom, and she has to have a babysitter. She can't afford to pay for a babysitter because it's just her now. So the girl is 16 and she's got 3 younger siblings, all of them not too small. The youngest one is like 8. And she called CPS and told them that her mom was basically just using her as a babysitter, and she didn't want to do it anymore. So they asked her if there was someone that she could call to, go home with them. She went home with the grandfather. So now the mom is pretty much in trouble with CPS. And I'm like, where do you draw the line for your 16-year-old? I would have probably broke her neck. I ain't gonna lie. Now they looking at me as a bad parent. But my thing is, this lady has to work. She has to provide for her children. And if you're not going to help with your younger siblings, who can I get to help me? It's crazy. These kids are getting away with murder these days. Had I done that, I wouldn't have had no tongue, no teeth, nothing. Everything would have been broke.
Yeah, the fact that you can dial fully all the way, go through with dialing, you don't fare anything.
Yeah, my mama would have handed me the phone and said, "Girl, go ahead."
And
Okay.
book you right off that phone to you.
I'm telling you, look,
Right.
hands can't hold a phone, honey. Okay. So,
Right.
like you said, it's just the society we live in where they have too many freedoms, and it should not be like that. So now this lady's getting in trouble for going to work and providing for her family. Like, that's crazy to me.
And
Well-
still, the little girl probably still thinks that she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I think I think our society, and this will be another crazy one again, I think our society has been the victim of television psychologists. We've been listening to the Dr. Hares and all these people on television who come out with books, and they are supposed to be the experts on how you raise kids. And one of the things that they did that I think was somewhat damaging was this whole notion of let your child do whatever they want. They're simply expressing themselves. Okay, expressing oneself is important. You don't want to stunt your child's development and growth. But I think when you listen to these folks talk this type of stuff about let kids do whatever they want, you cannot have a friend relationship with your child as a parent. I have a daughter. No, you have to be parent, and the child is the child. We got people listening to these goofy psychologists on television trying to be friends and negotiate with their kids. You do that, you've lost everything. There should not be any negotiation. You should not be trying to be your child's best friend. That's just my opinion. You should be what you are, a parent. A parent's job is to do what? You levy the discipline. You're teaching them. They're learning from you. You're supposed to nurture them and teach them wrong from right. They're best. You're not a friend. A friend is someone that's going to love, is going to be with them unconditionally. Even when they do something bad, they're going to justify it for them. You as a parent, you can't be justifying your child's bad behavior. You got to be the parent.
Agree.
And another thing that I find that's ridiculous is when you've got people, look, when you're 18, 16 and you're in your 20s, okay, you go to clubs, you party, you're doing your partying. But it amazes me how you got older folks clubbing and they still got young kids. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're at the club all the time, who's watching the kids? What are the kids doing? What are they doing? If you're you're this older person and you still trying to do your club thing, and you still got kids that need your attention and development.
And the kids see you going out.
And then guess what? They see, hey, mommy, daddy's doing it. It's okay. And then it allows them to get into mischief behavior. And we know this. Kids watch everything. Their brains are like sponges. They're watching everything that you do. Every person you bring in the house, every relationship. I got to be honest. Every relationship that you're having in your breakups and how you bring other people into your life very soon, the kids are observing that. Especially sons when they have when they're in a situation where they have a single mother and they see the mother bringing different men in very rapidly from one guy to another. Then that young man grows up and has a certain notion. Same thing for men. If you have if you're a father like me, I'm a father. I have a daughter. I've got to be aware of who I bring into my life and what my daughter is seeing, because I'm supposed to be modeling to my daughter what a man is supposed to be if she was to get involved with a man in her life. Most people model it from their parents, their father, their mothers. So if I'm running around disrespecting women and hoeing around like that, and my daughter is observing that, what am I teaching her? What is she getting from that?
Absolutely.
So, but be the difference. I'm going to get ready to jump off because I've got something I got to do, but I just wanted to come on, chat with you for a minute, say peace and love to you. It was a great little discussion while I was here, continuing to be a great discussion. And I'll be back soon. You take care.
You too. Thank you for coming.
All right. Peace to everybody.
All right.
Have a good one. And, that goes back to, what I was saying about the young lady, Joy, with her getting counseling, because I don't want her to feel like because that was done to her that anybody can do that. It's absolutely crazy. So I, try to help as much as I can with that. But yeah, we have to definitely be mindful about what we're doing around our children, because like he said, they are sponges. They pick up everything and they want to do what their mom and their daddies do. Hell, I know parents that smoke and drink with their kids.
That's
okay. And that's disgusting to me.
Yeah. I've heard that. I think I've even heard like people who actually had like parents that want to go clubbing with their kids. Like,
I know some of them too.
It's like it's two things. Like the parents don't want to let go of their youth because maybe they didn't have one. And the other thing is society has made it like you need to be best friends with your kids and not parental guidance.
I wish my kid would. I ain't got no kids, but I'm gonna talk to my ovaries when y'all get here. Don't try me. Okay. Right? I don't have time for all the foolishness. I'm not partying with my kid. Like I just wrote to Marquita in the chat. My mama used to tell me, play with your friends, don't play with me. And I wasn't a bad kid, but sometimes as kids you get a little mouthy or what have you. And my mama had to let me know off rip. And when she told me that one time, and I carried that with me because I knew my mama didn't play. I seen my mama hit my sister in the forehead with a grape, okay? Because that's all she had in her hand, and she bust that girl right in her forehead with a grape. So I knew at that point that woman would pick up anything, okay, and hit you upside your head. So I didn't play with her.
I don't know. I was fortunate enough to be raised with two parents, and I never felt like ever at any point that we were friends. Never. I never had that feeling. It was always like, that's my mom, that's my dad. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, my mom is my best friend. We're going to do a sleepover. And never. It was never anything like that.
Oh, yeah. That was a whole nother thing. You ain't sleeping over nobody's house. No, you're not going over there to Mary's house. I don't know what Mary do when the street lights go off. No, Mary.
The only way you could go over is let's say had a talk with the parents. They see what's going on, and it's like a whole big conversation. See to see if they would even think about going let you stand over.
Nope. My mama could have grew up with Mary, and you still wouldn't stand in her house because Mary was a hoe when she was growing up.
Yeah, that's why I said like you think about it. Like it didn't mean like it was gonna happen. It was like you thinking about it. You know, which most likely gonna be, which most likely was gonna be no.
Yeah.
Let
We
me
knew.
ask Chris. Chris, I just saw Chris's comment. How did you just be able to overcome that? That's crazy.
Wow. That is crazy.
My kids think I've never raised like, so it was like, oh,
I don't want my kids. I'm never raised. Mhm.
that's
Crazy.
because we gotta be fortunate, even if it was one parent, two parents, a
Mhm.
grandparent, somebody who cared enough about you to be like, you know.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be raised in a two-parent household, and I'm thankful. You know, I don't think I'm the absolute best person, you know, but the structure that I had definitely guided me to where I am. And I think I'm pretty successful with what I've done, what I'm doing. So, you know, not saying that anybody else wouldn't be, but I just thank God that I had them there together to kind of guide me to do whatever it was I wanted to do, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to be grateful. We got to be
Mhm.
grateful. Just like you said, Sonia, life will teach you how to be grateful if you don't catch on.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you start losing the thing that you love the most, that's life saying you're not humble. You're not humble enough. So let me show
Mhm.
you what humble humility is.
Yes, ma'am. And I learned it very quickly. I mean, I was always humble, but I just learned humility and obedience together. You know, I couldn't. Yeah. So my parents were okay. They weren't that strict, but I knew they didn't play. So
Yeah,
I knew.
oh yeah, oh my bad.
Oh, I'm good. Go ahead, Zero.
Yeah, I think growing up, like I think I used to see my mother like work so hard all the time, like so much, like I would barely see her like when I was younger. I mean, later on I got to see a lot more, because she had gotten a better schedule. But like I think like seeing that like as a kid, like it was just like I think just kind of like maybe say like okay, she's struggling to get all this, so like I mean, even though like only child, people like say, oh, they assume because only child, oh, you must have been spoiled. I'm like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Like man, I mean, even though Mama would have if I had asked her, but if it's like think about it was like I started saying hard work. I'm like, yeah. I said I don't really want to ask her for nothing because she already done work. She already struggled too hard with all that. So if I ask something, I would usually ask like either during Christmas time or my birthday. That'd be the only times I would ask something like
But see,
because I mean
that's
huh?
the difference, though, Zero. Something inside of you said, don't take advantage. Some people don't have that something inside of them not to take advantage.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, you don't really have nothing. I said, yeah. Cause I say, how hard you work for stuff,
Exactly.
and
I didn't.
and and, and I think back then we didn't have a lot, but you had a lot. I was like, I still didn't have stuff because I'm like, well, I said you work hard for it. So I was like, yeah, you know, I knew, it would probably bring a strain on you, even though it might not have. And I was like, yeah, I said I didn't want to put that pressure on.
Right. I mean, like I said, I was spoiled, but I always wanted to work for everything I had. Like for example, when I was 16, I was in chorus growing up, and in high school, my high school got invited to sing at Carnegie Hall, and the trip was like $1,600, and my parents were like, "Okay, we'll pay for it," and I was like, "No, I'm gonna raise the money." And my mama was like, "You're gonna raise $1,600," and I said, "Yes, I'm gonna raise the money." I had 6 months, and I raised every dollar,
Wow.
every dollar. I had a typewriter. Don't judge me. I had a typewriter. I typed 50 letters, and because we didn't really have printers back then. So I typed those letters and I took them to local businesses, churches, everything, everywhere I could think of. And 90% of those places gave me money to go on my trip. I wrote on there what I wanted the money for, where I was going, the date, all the information that they needed to know to consider sponsoring me.
Nice.
And so my cousin owned the t-shirt business, and when I got ready to go, he made me this really nice shirt, and it said Carnegie Hall bound, and it had all of my sponsors on the back.
Aww.
Every last one of them, because I was like, well, I'll never be able to pay them back, but I can at least let people know how I got here. But my parents were like, okay, you gonna raise $1,600, girl, go ahead, we can keep our money in our pocket. But I raised every dollar.
There was my cousin is actually the person who taught me about not asking my parents for anything. So what happened was, like, I was like, oh, I'll just ask my parents. And then she was like, Joy, when you get older, you're gonna not want to have to ask them for anything. You're gonna want to work for your own stuff and get it yourself. And I was like, really? So had I not had that conversation with her, I would have been like, my parents will do it. My parents will do it. My parents will do it. So it's always somebody that helps you realize things in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was dope. You little entrepreneur, Sonia.
Girl, I was a hustler. Do you hear me? I was a hustler. I had to do what I had to do. I just couldn't, we were like middle class, and my mom and dad, they had the money, but I couldn't see taking that much money out of our household. You know what I mean? I knew that they had stuff they needed to do, and there was no way I could be selfish like that and take that money from them. They did send me on my trip with some spending money, but that was different. But I just couldn't. I don't know. From when I was little, I was always like that. I always wanted to work for my stuff. I never wanted people to just hand me stuff. Because I wanted to feel like I did it on my own, or other people helped me, but I was able to come up with the idea and put it on paper and execute it. So, I've always been that way from probably like 6 or 7 years old. I was a determined little booger.
You still are, right?
I am, honey. Yes, that typewriter got me a lot. I went through a lot of ribbon for that typewriter. But hey, it was all right.
And Zero is the little chef over there. Our pastry.
Right.
Need to make me a sugar cookie, Zero.
Girl, you better go get that recipe. Oh, I did snickerdoodle. Never mind.
Shoot, Zero will make it from scratch. I want that from scratch.
Oh, well, I might have scratched before I made it. Who knows? Nah, just joking, y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent. Like, I'm thankful that we had this conversation, because it's for me, it's healing as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a community, we're progressing somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're like learning how to, tolerate each other, even if we may not agree. Like, I was in Stephanie's chat this morning, and she was talking about how, like, we have to start learning how to respect each other, even if people don't agree with the things that you do. But we got to at least respect each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm thankful for everything y'all talked about. Zero, I'm glad that situation is over. But you know me, I'm going to hope one day that your uncle's going to come to his senses and be like, let me try to salvage some type of relationship with my nephew. You know what I mean?
I'm good though. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm good. I'm good on that.
Might give you another $20,
right?
He keep that $20.
Well, Hello World went over an hour. It's 2 hours. 2 hours and 9 minutes, Joy.
I know I need to come back every day. So I'll be like, I got to go. It's 30 minutes, y'all. I got to go.
You really been like 30 minutes and 12 seconds. Like, okay, y'all, I gotta get out of here.
Right? You thought, but like, wait a second, it's time to go. I got to stick to my plan. But
Right, but I think the topic was great, and it allowed us to get a lot off of our chest because, honey, that video. Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna still send it to you. But like
thank
that,
you.
I said I haven't been live in a while. I wasn't even thinking about going live, but I said let me ask people what they think about the idea of right and wrong. And
I
like,
might go live tomorrow.
yeah, you should. You're supposed to go do your game night and remember that conversation that we were talking about. That's a good topic too.
Yeah, huh? Which one?
The one that I brought up when we were in Kiki's chat.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it was, so you're gonna have to DM it to me.
All right.
See, so yeah. I was thinking about having a conversation maybe Friday or something like that, like about like seeing your people's thoughts from this movie I did a review on. It's called American Skin.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it tomorrow.
yeah. I mean, because like when I did a review, I had just finished watching that movie, and I was like, I wanted to do it much earlier. I meant to do it as a live, but OBS cut off, and I was like, I just recorded, and that was what happened. Because like I was, the movie made me so bad because I was like, oh man, it was just like how it ended. It was like it had a message, and then it was just like the message didn't even matter after that. But but Joe, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about.
You having that on Friday?
I'm gonna try to do that on Friday.
All right, so I'll definitely watch it. I'm gonna watch it on what's tomorrow? Wednesday. I'm gonna watch it on Wednesday. Y'all, if you want to be a part of Zero's chat either Friday or maybe this weekend, whenever, post it live, and I'll post it on my community tab too. I'm going to watch the movie so I can participate in your chat, Zero.
I mean, you were on Eastern time, aren't you?
Yeah.
American Skin.
American Skins. Okay, I gotta check it out. Is it on Netflix? Where is it?
I think it might be on Netflix.
I'll find it.
If you can't find it on streaming side, I know YouTube definitely has it.
That's how I'm gonna watch it because I don't have no other device.
Okay. Yeah. And Joy, DM me what time you get off tomorrow. So if I do go live, because I do want to go live tomorrow. So
I get off on Wednesday and Thursdays. I get off at 4-ish. You know.
Oh, 4-ish. Okay. I usually don't go live until 6-ish. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
Are you Joe? You're on Eastern time, aren't you? Or
yeah.
West?
Mm-hmm.
Eastern. Okay. So I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think. What time you get off on
Fridays?
Friday?
I get off 3-ish.
Look, you don't come back an hour.
Okay. Okay. Because I work I work nights now, so that's like.
But what about the weekend?
The only day I technically have off is Sunday.
Okay, you want to chill out on your Sunday?
Well, I'm gonna have some doing on that day because it's supposed to be Valentine's Day, and I'm gonna try to have a conversation about people's thoughts on that.
Right. Well, whenever you do it, just text me or whatever. I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm definitely gonna have that movie done.
Yeah.
So I can participate.
Okay.
I'll be around. I need to come back on YouTube more. That's to be honest with you guys, I really haven't been on YouTube. I haven't watched too many videos. Thank you, Sonia, for sending me that video yesterday. I had it set as a reminder, but because I haven't been going on YouTube that much, I ignore the notifications. So, and it's like if you really want to catch me, you best catch me on Instagram or something like that, because the YouTube, but I need to come back. I'm coming back, and I'm gonna do everything like how I was before. I'm not gonna be here 7 days a week no more, but I'm definitely gonna try to come live a lot more than just every now and then, you know? But
Well, I think I'm dropping your olives on Friday. So if I do, I'll drop it in your DM.
yeah, please do. Because once I get off of work, I don't be thinking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So definitely send that to me and I'll make sure I check that.
Now them grits, sis.
Your friend, like, yeah, she the one that did it.
Lily, sis, I love you, but I don't know about them grits and peanut butter, baby. I might try them. I might try.
It's not bad. It's just I'm not a grit cooker, y'all. Did you see that? It was like
I saw it, baby. I'm gonna teach you how to make grits. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to make some good old Southern grits.
I said, "Oh no!"
And you had 4 cups of grits in that bowl.
I measured out one. So Snoop or Swoop, she said I measured out one, but for some reason, I did more than 4. I mean, I did more than 1.
So okay, when you cook grits, you don't measure.
Oh, okay.
Because grits they
expand.
They expand. So 1 cup of grits is like 3 cups of grits.
So what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to do like
you just pour till you get that? I'm gonna teach you how to make grits. You pour till you get the feel of how your grits feel, baby. You don't measure no grits. See,
I was like, I said, well, dang, this. When I was measuring, I was like, even in the measuring thing, I was like, that looked like it's gonna be way more than what she had. But I was like, I can't lie. I just poured it on.
No, you get your fill of the grits, and you know when you have enough. So I'll have to shoot you a video on how to make grits, baby, because that wasn't it. But you tried for your first time making grits. You tried. See, Marquita say her mama Southern, she don't measure nothing. She just know when her spoon or her whisk, when it feel right, then you know you stop.
Wait a second. What y'all know Patty D? She was like, you ruined my favorite meal. That's not it. I had to pin her comment. That was the funniest comment I saw ever.
You know, your spoon or your whisk will tell you when it's enough, baby. Don't do that no more. Don't measure no more grits. And then you probably didn't have enough water for the amount of grits that was in that 1 cup measure.
It was only half. I was like, oh, that should be enough.
No, for that many grits, you needed at least 1.5 cups.
I needed the big pot. That's what I needed. I needed the big pot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, think about it.
You try. I got to give it to you.
Oh, but I got something for them. Oh no, this is a whole nother challenge. Okay, I have that other one coming out soon too. What you gonna say, Zero?
I will say, you know, like I never really never could really get into grits.
Yeah, I'm not a grit either. I never had grits. I never really ate grits until I had to make them, and I was like, oh, I don't think this is right.
I never could get in. I never could get into them, and I know, like, you know, some people say, "What? You know, you don't like grits? You're from the South." I'm like, yeah, I don't like grits.
Where you from?
From Nashville.
Oh Lord, now you don't like grits. Bless your heart. Marquita, salt, pepper, and cheese, baby. I wish somebody would put some sugar in their grits around me, honey. We gonna have a fight.
Marquita, I put some garlic powder in that joint and garlic.
Yes.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Girl, like, when you said garlic powder, I was like, what?
Because like because when I tried it, I was like, oh no, I can't eat this. That's I was like, people eat this.
Honey, it was the garlic powder for me. I said, oh no.
But I was like, well, the lady said you could put whatever your favorite seasoning. I was like, all right.
Oh no, baby, you don't put nothing in grits but salt and pepper, butter, and cheese. That's it. That's all.
I had some butter. I didn't put no butter in there. I didn't put no.
Father God in heaven, I can't believe it. It's all right. I'm gonna learn you.
Octavia said, "What?" She asked what city. Octavia asked what city, Zero, in Tennessee or Texas. You said Tennessee.
I said Nashville.
Nashville. Oh, okay.
I thought you said Asheville. Nashville or Asheville?
No, Nashville.
Oh, Nashville. Okay.
Marquita says she fighting with you.
Oh Lord, Marquita. Jesus, beautiful. But you from up north, Marquita. That's what y'all northern folks do. Y'all put sugar in y'all grits.
I don't eat grits, so I don't know what you put in them.
You put garlic powder.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing that no more. I know y'all
Well,
put stuff.
well,
I was
well,
like, I don't know about
well, I guess whatever grits I ate, like they I guess they seasoned right or something. Cause like I ate, well, they didn't taste like nothing. I didn't even want it.
yeah,
Want to eat.
Tastes like nothing. That's the thing. See, the thing, you got to salt your water. Don't oversalt. You put a little salt in your water. Did you oversalt?
I didn't put no salt.
You didn't put no salt, Father God. You salt your water, and then when your grits get done, you put more salt in them because you don't want them to be salted when they get done. So once they get done, then you put a little more salt in to your taste. So, but at least yours had a little flavor. You put that garlic in there, you know.
Yeah, it didn't have no flavor. The peanut butter made it have some flavor. That's how bad it was. The peanut butter. I was like, well, it tastes good with the peanut butter.
Now Marquita might like it with the peanut butter because it's sweet. See, that's why I don't know if I can do it because that peanut butter gonna make them sweet.
You're gonna have a love-hate relationship with grits after that.
No,
Well,
I'm
ain't gonna be that much anyway. It's not gonna be that much. It's probably gonna be more peanut butter than grits in there.
Because see, I'm gonna make my grits a different way than you taste most of your grits because your grits was dry. My grits are gonna be dry, and they gonna melt in my grit. And yeah, they gonna melt. Is that peanut butter gonna melt in my grits? So I ain't gonna even taste it because I'm gonna have cheese and stuff in mine. So I don't even taste the peanut butter.
Lily, she gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Father God, y'all just pray for my bowels here.
It wasn't bad. Like I didn't go to the bathroom. I was just like, I can't do this no more. It's too much. My whole entire life was consumed with grits.
My bowels don't like nothing strange. Yeah, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make me some creamy grits, and I'm gonna put it in. How much peanut butter?
2 teaspoons.
Oh, 2 teaspoons. Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say tablespoons. Girl, I was finna holler.
No, 2 teaspoons. That's why I was like, dang, I wish I put more peanut butter because to get through all of that, I was like, dang, it was clumps and clumps and clumps.
Yeah, see, it wasn't supposed to be like that. They were supposed to be creamy.
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, mention peanut butter. I think Thursday because I was thinking about trying to start baking again because like the only reason why I hadn't did my baking lines because the sink was messed up and it took them a while to fix the kitchen sink.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it took them like a couple months. I was like thinking like I'm paying all this money, y'all can't even come fix this sink right away. I was like, I mean, but finally got it fixed. So I was like, yeah, I guess I get back on it because I had been itching to do it. I was like, okay, well, yes, I had been doing it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get back doing it. need to get back doing it, and I haven't made peanut butter. I haven't made peanut butter cookies in a long time.
Don't be booing me because y'all know I get on camera, set up with the food and everything, and be like, I can't do this.
You gonna waste God's food? You gonna waste God's food?
Girl, no, I ain't gonna put peanut butter in there until I decide whether I'm gonna do it or not. Because if I'm not gonna do it, then I'm gonna eat my grits regular. Nah, I'm gonna do it. It's all in good fun. I done ate stuff much worse tasting than that. So
yeah, like that pickle and mayo.
Oh God. And you gonna bring that up? Okay, you petty. All right. I still gotta get you back from that.
I don't think anybody can get anybody back from that.
Honey, I was on the toilet for 3 days from that. That pickle juice cleaned me all the way out, honey. Yeah. And the pickle and peanut butter too wasn't good either.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't as bad as some stuff, but it wasn't great.
See, when it comes to a challenge, I don't think about the taste. I think about beating the timer. So that's how I get through it. If it's just to sit down and eat it regular, nah, I'm good.
That's how I got through that pickle and mayo. I couldn't think about it. I drank it in 15 seconds?
That's
I
just
had
nasty. Once that
it,
curdle hit my tongue,
girl, listen. I
ew.
didn't give it a chance to curdle. I mixed it until I got ready to drink it, and then I write down 15 seconds. I was done. I couldn't do it. If I would have tasted it, I would have vomited on camera.
Ew.
So it wasn't gonna work.
I think
But
that changed my whole life a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I'm gonna find something to get you back. I'm gonna find something. I know
next challenge is not gonna be a food challenge. I'm creating my own challenge.
Oh,
and
God.
yes, it's not a food challenge, so nobody has to say no. But it's definitely getting them people back for what they did to me.
Who? What people?
All
the people that challenged you to nasty stuff, or the people in my chat yesterday?
The vegans. I'll tell you that much. I was in their chat. I was in they little. I was trying to do my little support and such, and yeah, I got challenged. I said, okay, I'm gonna get all y'all back. Every single last one tag team me, and I was like, okay.
Okay, so that means I won't be included in this one,
no,
right?
You are.
I'm not vegan.
Huh?
I'm not vegan, so I'm not tagged in this one, right?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they tagged you in it.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, it's not food. It's not food.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's not a food eating challenge, but it's because of being in the vegans chat. I was like, okay. So I got to do their challenge. And I said, okay, I'm going to get every single last one. And all of them, it's about 5 people that tagged me. Oh, yeah, Joy be blowing under the radar. Let's go get her. I was like, okay.
Like Joy, you sound like Dizzy from Train Day. Like, okay, all right. You think you can do this to me?
Let me tell you what I got challenged to yesterday. A not two-time. God, no. Jesus, no. I'm not doing nothing else 2 times. If anybody in the chat doing something 2 times spicy, do not tag me. I am not doing it. A 2-pound tomahawk steak.
Oh, well, I'm never doing that.
And you have to eat it with 2 sides. I said, how in the hell did I even get challenged in that? I'm not even a mukbanger. How did I get challenged in that?
Who did it? Was it Big Belly Bob?
It's MRTV, Maria, and Cowboy. It's their challenge, and it's co-created by Big Belly Bob.
That's why, because you friends with MRTV and TV. She thought that it would be nice to go ahead and challenge you.
Yeah, so I asked her if I could have 2 days to eat the steak. She was like, nah. I was like, I got a little belly. I can't eat 2 pounds of meat in like 1 day. So I'm gonna be, if y'all watch that video in advance, I don't know if everybody in here subscribe to me, but if y'all ain't and y'all watch my video, if y'all Christian, don't watch that video because I'm gonna be cussing.
You already recorded it and dropped it? You dropped it already?
No. I'm gonna try to do it this weekend if I can find the steak.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be cussing in that video, so I'm Christian.
You could just lie and say you did it 1 day and actually did it 2 days and made it. It made it seem like you did it that same day.
Man,
but see, my dumb behind will forget, and I'll be like, "Okay, y'all, I'm back with the rest."
I'm back.
So, no, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to do it, but I'm definitely. I ain't gonna eat all of that, girl. I'm gonna have my nephew over here. I'm gonna eat what I can and give him the rest. Because I can't. I like steak, but not 2 pounds of steak. I don't know if you've seen the video, Joy, but go look at the video. The steak is huge.
I saw Big Belly Bob. He had 2 big pieces of
meat. And he finished his.
I know he did.
Oh my God! I was like, how?
I know he did. He don't play.
Michelle had problems, but he finished that thing. I was like, oh God. I think his was 3 pounds.
Yeah, I think yeah, I'm gonna say this about challenges. Like, yeah, I think anybody that really knows me knows, like, yeah, I ain't about to do none of them.
I challenged something before.
You said you did?
Yeah, I did. Like way back in the beginning when I first started doing challenges. I was like 0.
Oh yeah. I probably paid no attention to it. I knew I wasn't going. I already know I wasn't gonna do
Well, I'm changing my name, and I'm not telling Joy what it is because she challenged me to everything.
Yeah, well, I know all 20 of you, so I'll somehow
Damn,
20 of
you do, don't you? You know the whole squad.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean,
Oh my
I mean, yeah, I mean, just the fact that, like you said, she had challenged me like so long ago, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I,
gonna challenge you to my challenge, Zero, and it's not even a food one. So I'm a definite. Let me write your name down now so I don't forget.
Oh.
Zero.
I mean, you
I
write
just
it down.
he said you can waste your ink, but it ain't gonna really matter.
Yeah,
I just wish Maria would have challenged me to eating like 2 pounds of shrimp or like 2 pounds of crab legs or something.
yeah, because
You know,
I gotta don't really do challenges like that. Like,
I know, but I'm gonna do it anyway just because.
I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna say, "Can I change this steak to some seafood?" Because I don't be trying to eat meat like that. I like seafood.
Well, I don't even think eating a vegan steak would be good like that.
Ugh. Unless mukbang make it.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I done seen that woman make a steak like out of a rock, and it looked like it looked
Like
delicious.
that non meat or whatever she used. That
It was some flour. She made it out like some flour and something else, girl. It looked amazing.
it looked good. I
Like,
was just watching her videos,
girl, her videos make me want to be vegan.
right?
I mean, nowadays with the videos, you can get creative and make it taste like like it's a bit, really, it's mainly spices that make it give it its flavor. But
Yeah, she do. Her food do be looking good, Marquita. I be what she made some fried cauliflower wings. I was like, girl, if you don't DM me some of them, but I've made those before. They are amazing. If y'all ain't never had buffalo fried cauliflower, so amazing. Joy, do you eat seafood?
I've had that before. I think I had mine, but I think I had some cheese in there. Like when I was working at a restaurant, like I didn't know it would taste so good. I was like, hey, listen, oh man, this is life.
Mm, yeah, I'm about to go watch some of her videos and I live vicariously through her.
She did the most recent thing that she did over that little vlogmas when she was doing the tacos in the cup. That
Girl,
thing,
the walking tacos.
oh, that thing looked good. I was like,
The peach cobbler I made for my vlogmas was hers.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that was her recipe. She made hers vegan. I did not.
Yeah, she said, not I.
I did not. Mm-mm. But yeah, that was her recipe. So yeah, she got some good looking stuff over there.
Yeah, she do. She do. I ain't gonna lie.
She made me sick. That heifer can cook. All right, y'all. I'm gonna drop down.
That seafood when she was doing like the crab sticks and the stuff.
Oh yeah. What did she fry fish or something on that one too? It was like some type of what the hell did she
like a hot dog stick, but it was like it was a corn dog and what you call them
a vegan hot dog.
It was crab legs and corn dog out of vegan stuff, and then I was like, that looked good.
Yeah, she do. She made me sick. And her macaroni and cheese looked just like mine. I was mad as hell. I said, how did you make your vegan mac and cheese look just like mine? I don't really appreciate it. And we literally, do our macaroni and cheese the same exact way. She used cream cheese in hers. I don't. But that was the only difference. But hers looked exactly like mine did when she took it out the oven. I was mad. Yeah. I'm over here eating all this fatty stuff and you got vegan cheese and stuff and your stuff look good as mine. I don't like it.
Yeah, y'all making me hungry. I'm hungry right now.
All right, so I'm gonna drop down. I done bothered you enough for one day.
Yeah, I gotta drop down as well.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
No problem.
So guys, check out that movie American Skin. Whoever's still in the chat, check out American Skin. And if you're not connected to Zero or Essence of Sonia, please connect to them and look out for when he goes live with that movie, because I know it's gonna be a good combo. But my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and we are signing out on another episode of Hello, world. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen, before you go, right? You know I be walking around my job like, yes.
Oh!
I heard your ringtone, and I just be singing it. I'm so ignorant.
You got a ringtone.
I'm gonna have to buy that ringtone because I be walking around my job singing it.
Yes. Yes. And it's at the end of every video too.
Yeah.
I would have to buy the ringtone, but like the thing about it, I probably would hear it because I always have my phone on silent.
Yeah, I only have, my phone is always on silent, but the ringer is on. So like my
Who petted Lily? She probably talking about me. I don't know what I did this time. But yeah, girl, I'll be singing your song, so I'll be getting you some exposure. They don't know where it's from, but I'll be exposing the hell out of that song. All right, y'all. Good night. I'm out of here.
Hi,
Good night, Joy. I'll text you later.
All right. See y'all later.
Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.
All right.